Welcome to the second video in this series. In the previous video, I showed you how you can gain a competitive advantage by being able to learn faster than your competitors. I also showed you a four-phase program that I use to put together a learning system. I then took you through a practical example to show you how these four phases work. I then left you with a little exercise to put together a mind map learning portal to gather all the resources that you need to be able to learn whatever topic it is that you want to learn. Now in this video, I'm going to use the same four phases to show you how you can mind map your way to effectiveness. And I'm going to introduce you to 10 steps that you could use for you to develop your own learning management system or your own learning management program. In the preparation phase, we start with vision because vision will tell you where you want to be and also how you get there. You could also use a mind map vision board if you want to. Now, while a vision board could sound like hocus pocus to many people, and but putting something together visually to design where you want to go could be very useful. And a mind map is an ideal tool to create a vision board, as you could put in pictures, videos, and whatever you want to in your mind map vision board. When it comes to vision, I often quote Alice in Wonderland, where she approached a fork in the road and the Cheshire Cat was sitting over there. And she said, "Ooh, I don't know which way to go. Which road must I take?" The Cheshire Cat asked her something like, "Where do you want to go?" And she said, "Well, I don't know." His response was brilliant. He said, "Well, then it doesn't matter which road you take." So once you know which road you want to take and where you want to go, you'll know which road to take. And that's the vision part of it. The second bit is motivation. There are two types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. And you may be a person that's self-motivated, and therefore you must actually put things in place to ensure that you always practice intrinsic motivation to keep you motivated. If you are somebody that needs to be motivated from the outside or needs extrinsic motivation, then put together a set of tools that you can view on a regular basis, on a daily basis, that could keep you motivated. The third step is goal setting. You need to set short, medium, and long-term goals so that you can progressively get to where you want to go. As I say, Rome wasn't built in a day, so you can't actually get to immediately where you want to be without going through a process or a number of steps. So you need to find some goal setting methods that you can use. Number 4 is time management. Now, time is the one resource that every human being in this world has been given in equal quantities. Nobody has more time than the next person. The difference is how you manage your time and how you manage yourself. A great principle when it comes to managing time is the first things first principle. I think it is Goethe that said, things which are more important should never be at the mercy of things which are least important. Now, these are the quick 4 steps that I think you could use and put together material that could help you prepare for learning. And you could use various methods to help you with each of these 4 steps. Then the second phase is the skills that I think you need for you to be able to learn faster and easier. And these are the skills. First of all, reading skills. Now you may wonder why I talk about reading skills, because we all know how to read. The interesting fact about reading is that we probably learn to read before we hit grade 1, or many of us in grade 1. And after you were able to read at a certain level of competency, the teacher probably left you alone. And you have never touched your reading as a topic again since then. Now, I believe that there are many ways you can actually improve your reading speed, for example. It doesn't mean that you have to read, you hear all these speed reading courses. I'm not saying that you must reach thousands of words per minute, but as it's a mechanical process, you can put certain things in place to be able to read faster. Then you need to understand how material is organized. because it's often organized into topics, obviously sentences and words, and you must be able to pick out the key topics, sentences and words. By training yourself to be able to read more effectively, you will definitely increase your ability to learn faster. The second part in the skills department is note taking and note making. The difference is note taking is when you're taking down notes about other people's ideas. Note making is when you are generating your own ideas. And if you came from the traditional schooling, you'll probably have a linear note taking method. And you need to put some steps in place to convert yourself from linear to perhaps mind mapping. And I've put a whole category of note taking here called visual note taking, like sketch notes, graphics, and concept maps. Those are all popular visual note taking techniques. Mind mapping is also a visual note taking technique, but it also adds structure and text. And to me, it is the perfect note taking technique. But what is important for you is to make sure that you work on practicing and improving your note taking and note making skills. Then number 7 is memory. I have a question on this mind map asking about whether you have a perfect memory, because many scientists believe you have a perfect memory. It was found that sometimes, or you may have found this, a certain smell can trigger childhood memories. But whether you have a perfect memory or not, using some memory techniques could definitely help you improve your memory and therefore enable you to learn faster. And whether we have a photographic memory is another topic. And many people, I've seen many mind mappers and experts say that they have a photographic memory. I don't believe I have a photographic memory, but I do know that by using these skills that I spoke about and the techniques in this program or the system that I put together, that I can pretty much remember anything that I want to. By putting into a set of mind maps, I can use techniques to actually burn those mind maps into my mind, and I can actually close my eyes and visualize those mind maps and recall them at will. There are many other memory techniques that you could also use to add to your portfolio. So those are the skills that I think you need to be able to learn faster and easier. Now, once you believe that you have a certain competency in those skills, the next step is to apply. And one way of applying it is the first step is to getting information into your brain. And that is by using certain learning methods. You can find you need some kind of structured approach, and the many popular methods are there. Choose whichever one you want and try them and use them. As Tony Buzan mentions in the Mind Map book, accept, apply, adapt. So first take one, apply it, and once you've used it a bit, you can adapt it to your own needs. But choose one and apply it. And in this process, you will learn. But how do you know that you're learning effectively? You need to put some tests in place. You need to test yourself. Now, not testing yourself can be the biggest reason for failure. We are afraid to test ourselves largely because of the way we were taught during our schooling, because you either passed or failed. But you must not see it like that. You must see it as test and learn. By testing yourself, you will know what you know and what you don't know, and put some structures in place to fill in the gaps. Create various testing scenarios that are realistic for whatever you want, for whatever situation you are in. And by testing yourself regularly, it actually improves your learning. That is the application of the skills and techniques that you learned in the previous step. Now, as I said before, even if you learn for 10, 20 hours a day, you still will not, there come a point where you stop improving. You have to keep sharp, and you have to think about healthy mind, healthy body. And I've added spirit for those of you who have got believe in some form of a spirituality, because by focusing on these three things, you will be able to rejuvenate and keep sharp, and then continue improving in your learning process. Well, that's it. That's the 10 steps to learning faster and easier that I put together. I trust that you enjoy it and can learn by it, and it can help you. I'd really like to know your thoughts on it. So please, once again, email me with your thoughts or comment on Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, keep well.